Hi everybody, welcome back for another video. Why do we need less lethal defense? It's primarily to avoid a fist fight, right? We're not looking to use our less lethals against someone who's armed. We're not really looking to use our less lethals versus anybody who has a lethal weapon because it's not a fair fight. We're using our less lethals to get out of having to have a physical altercation with someone. So in that respect, or maybe we're overthinking our less lethal needs. Will a paintball be a reasonable surrogate? A paintball and a pepper spray combination using a paintball launcher that's not necessarily overpowered, it just is able to deliver a paintball. Well, today's example video is just that. The police in this particular situation controlled a single individual who was unarmed, and they did it using paintballs and pepper spray. So let's watch this video. So we got a very angry guy here. He's confident that he's going to go after the police, but they quickly stop him in a way that sends the right message.
That's my girlfriend!
Now notice that first spray was not enough to stop him. He went back for a second hit. The second hit even, he had to think about it, struggled, and he was still determined, still ready to fight.
You fucking country, I'll kill you! You fucking country, I'll kill you!
Every act of police violence.
So there you have it. And like any situation, obviously there's a lot of context to what's being done. In this case, you can see there are many police officers, and obviously it's a riot control situation, and this is one guy who's acting up. And in many cases, and I've shown you before, a police-grade pepper spray will stop someone with a few sprays. But again, what you saw here, this guy, he got sprayed, he went out, he decided he's going to go back, he went back again, he got sprayed again. So he was still able to do that. I don't think he could open his eyes, but I think he did not take the fight completely out of him. I've seen other videos where it takes the fight completely out of them. Everyone has a different pain tolerance, and everyone has a different response to the pepper spray in general. In this particular case, it really was interesting to me, the return of the green paint. I had one video previously called "What Is This?" where the green paint was used on a guy with a knife. He dropped the knife ultimately and gave up pain compliance with just a paintball. And so a lot of us in Less Lethal, we downplay paintballs or light kinetic rounds, and we say these are not going to work. They don't have enough joules. They don't have the stopping power. And I think that might be true alone as a single agent for delivery. But a combination of a kinetic impact and a pepper, alternating rounds, for example, if you have something like a Berna and you alternate pepper kinetic, I think it does have some additional synergy there. You get a lot more joules and impact and more of a sting from a paintball or a pepper ball. And then with the pepper spray, if you get it in the eyes, the eyes go shut. They don't know when and where the next shots are coming from. That alone creates a fear and a concern about getting hit in the face. You may want to go to the ground. You may want to just give up and surrender. So this is an example where the police use this very effectively. They used two things which are non-lethal, the paintball, and you can see they were aiming low. They were aiming at the legs, down below, they even stayed completely away from the chest and upper body. They were going for the lower body. And it's similar to the previous green paint that was used on the groin shot on the guy in the video that I had shown before. Properly placed groin shots, leg shots, especially if you can hit the knees, it can certainly have an effect. In this particular case, the combination of those two, finally, a guy that was absolutely determined, His girlfriend was involved, and, it doesn't take much to make a person determined. Sometimes a person is undetermined until something triggers them, and then they can switch midstream. A lot of times that's where de-escalating the situation is really important. If you can de-escalate a situation, you might make a person become less determined. That will make them more compliant if you do need to deliver your kinetic impact or your chemical round. So it was a short burst of activity, and then he quieted down, and the police chased him down ultimately, and I think he was obviously going to be arrested for his activity. But I thought this one was interesting because it goes against the grain in our less lethal field, which is more power, more weight, more joules. In this particular case, they used a light paintball. It wasn't that hard. It's not that many joules, but that put him on the ground, just the paintball itself. You saw that. And then he had been sprayed with pepper spray. So if you can deliver with your VKS or any paintball launcher, you can use a hopper. If you can deliver pepper balls on people and deliver that. Now, I know I've shown you previously the 20 plus pepper balls video, and the person just stood there, but he did not attack, and our goal is to prevent an attacker. The guy stood there and took it, wobbled over a little ways, fired his gun, and ended up getting shot. So I don't know that was completely definitive on pepper balls, and I would not say that that's going to tell you that, 20 pepper balls is not going to stop you. But we're talking about in the context of a particular situation and changing someone's mind, a paintball or a pepper ball certainly can. And but it usually takes not just one. It takes a series of them, and you have to deliver a message to them. And it's hard to do that with a pepper ball. The pepper ball concept is a really attractive concept, but wind and a lot of things work against you. In this particular case, the guy went close, got sprayed in the eyes, and that was pretty much the end of it for him. That made him more compliant toward a paintball, so they really didn't need to escalate force. So pepper spray is your friend. Always have your pepper spray. If you can land a pepper spray shot to the eye at any point, creating space, you really may never need to pull your kinetic weapon or your launcher. But if you do, you've already made that person way more compliant. And you may not need to shoot at the same target areas. You may be able to shoot in different areas. You may be able to get away from the situation without firing a shot. So that's always our goal. And so just keep that in mind when you see scenarios like this. I'm going to keep bringing them to you as I get my hands on these and I get a chance to really figure out what is the message that really is important for us as less lethal users. So everybody take care, be safe out there, and I'll see you again on the next one.